Hi, Sasha. I wanted to summarize and clarify a couple things about the project that we talked about. So let me just write them up here on the screen. We had said we're going to use this equation, VF squared equals V0 squared plus 2A. Sometimes it's written as X or D, either way it's distance. So this is looking at a mass that we put on that railgun, and the initial velocity is 0, and they accelerate it at a certain acceleration up the railgun for a certain distance, and that allows us to calculate the velocity that comes off the rail with. Now, I think I hadn't been clear on that. This is A in this equation. This is not F. So let's talk about how to figure out about force from this, is what you wanted to talk about. We have F equals ma. F is net force equals mass times acceleration. So if you want acceleration, you say F net divided by mass. That is acceleration. So in our case, the net force is the force of the railgun. I'm going to call that F sub r minus mg, where g is the gravity of the moon. Okay? So when we launch a certain mass, see, now that's force, and to get acceleration, we divide by m. So in our case, this is acceleration. It's the force of the railgun minus mg, where g is the gravity of the moon. And if we divide that by m, we get acceleration. So we multiply that by, I'll call it d this time. Let's call it d. D is the length of the railgun. So I'm going to call that d sub r. That's the length of the railgun. So v final squared equals this, since v0 squared is 0. This is the actual equation you'll use. And as you were saying, you want to put the escape velocity in for VF. And if you have the mass, and you have the gravity of the moon, and you have the length of the railgun, the only variable left would be the force of the railgun, which is right here. So you could solve for that if you have all the others. You have the escape velocity that you want, and you have the mass, and you have the gravity of the moon, and then you have the length of the railgun. So there you go. I just want to be clear on what we're doing here. I thought maybe I talked about force in there in that position of the formula. It's actually acceleration. So we just have to divide force by mass, and we get acceleration. F equals ma. F net divided by mass equals acceleration. So I hope that's clear. I just didn't want to set you off on the wrong course, and I'll send this link over to your mom for her to share that with you. All right, bye.